G'day guys, Chris Boober here. Welcome to another episode of It's a Dogger's Life. Thank you very much once again for watching. I still can't believe that you do. But anyway, you're here. So today we're just editing up another video. This one's a little bit different. This is actually Ask a Dogger or a Trapper question. So hopefully you guys enjoy it and get a little bit out of it. I sure did. It's always great talking to other people about what we do. This one's on Jordy Oostrom. You all, I'm sure, would have heard of him from Northern Trapping. Jordy's become a pretty good mate of mine, and we talk a bit about all things trapping. So while I was up there on our Cape York trip last year, I dropped in and seen Jordy, and yeah, it was quite good. So while I was there, I just asked him a few questions that I was wondering about, and I'm sure it's all good information for you guys as well. So thought I'd share it, and yeah, any other questions and that you'd like me to ask Jordy, feel free to leave in the comments below. You know, he's very forthcoming when it comes to answering questions, and unlike a lot of people in our game especially, he's more than willing to share his knowledge of and experience. So as I said, any questions about anything in particular that you want to know about, just post them in the comments below, and yeah, I'll get them to him. So in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoy it, and yeah, let me know if this is something that you want me to do more of. I've already talked to Treno and asked him some questions as well, and I hope to talk to a few more professional trappers and stuff in the coming months. So yeah, as I said, if you enjoy it, let me know, leave it in the comments below. And once again, if you're not already subscribed, please like and subscribe down the button below. And until then, talk to you soon. G'day, I'm Chris Booby.
And I'm Trent Hogan.
Welcome to It's a Dogger's Life. Yeah. So we're doing a new segment called on It's a Dogger's Life. It's called 10 Questions with a Trapper.
Yep.
So I've been with Treno, and I talked to old mate from America, Chris Pope.
Oh yeah. Seen that your podcast. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
So while I'm here, I might as well ask you the questions, mate.
Yeah.
I've got them written down on my phone. Well, I suppose before we start, probably you should introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your business and where you're located.
Yeah. Now, yeah, Jordy Oostrom, from the Netherlands originally. Do I have to look in the camera? Yeah, from the Netherlands originally. Been here nearly 11 years now, so I worked all over the world in the hunting industry, on and off, sort of, guiding people and stuff. Worked in Alaska, trapped in Canada, America. Yeah, just been here, based in the Burdekin, beautiful North Queensland where the sun always shines.
Certainly is. We're definitely going to be back.
Beautiful place. My business is Northern Trapping, but I work basically all over Queensland, do subcontracting down south, and then we organise the workshops. Yeah, a lot of private work, but also government, land care groups, councils, so thermal shooting, even aerial shooting, whatever, culling, all licensed and insured, so basically a little bit of info about us, yeah.
So for people to get a hold of you, they just go onto Facebook? Or
yeah, Facebook would be the easiest, or you just Google Northern Trapping, and you'll get my my details there, and yeah, got an email address, but it's all on the page.
Yeah.
So my phone number's on there. So yeah, that's probably the easiest way. We're also on the Pest Smart page, Pest Smart Connect, which will, that's everybody can view that.
Yeah.
Get your details up there, and then give us a ring if you got dramas.
I'll put those links at the bottom of the comments as well. So, how did you get into what you do?
Just growing up with it.
Yeah.
Granddad showed me how to trap, and then this fella up here on the farm, we've been just trapping for a couple of years here now, and just started off slow, like as in business on the side. But yeah, you get too busy, and then yourself, you get a bit of a reputation happening, and you get the good results, and I sort of try to do it as professional as you can. And just rolled into it, and now it's full time. No breaks. Too busy.
That if you want to get a hold of Jordy, if you're in the Burdekin area,
or wherever up north Queensland.
Yeah. You don't mind travelling a bit, obviously.
No, I travel out probably about 5-6 hours, whatever, for a lot of jobs here. So it doesn't matter, whatever it is. If I can help anyone, I'll do it. I'm a bit busy, that's the only thing. So
Yeah.
But if people have absolutely got problems or impact, we're always here to work out a solution. Yeah, or I can get another trapper in that I work with pretty regular. So yeah.
All right. So as far as your baits and your lures and stuff, what's your number one go-to bait or lure?
Lure, wild dogs we're talking about.
Yeah.
It'd be definitely my homemade Gland lure.
Yeah.
So you got to catch a dog first, but once you get the dog, you retrieve the glands. So I basically worked out a bit of a system, I think pretty much myself, because not a lot of people were using the glands. People were cutting the anal glands out, or a bit of a gland, and then mix it with blood and let it go rank and like really bad.
Yeah.
I cut the glands out of the dogs, and I only age them for 1 or 2 days, and then I preserve them, and I'll add a little bit of different smell. It might be a frangipani flower or a drop of aniseed oil or whatever. But that lure will give me 98% of the dogs I catch, and it gives me a lot more catches of older bitches. So you catch the old bitch first, the rest will come.
Yeah.
You catch one pup or male dog first, the rest will scatter.
Yeah.
So for me, wild dogs, Gland lure, what I make myself. Yeah.
What's your favourite trap for wild dogs?
Wild dogs' favourite trap's probably, I was thinking about an MB650, but it's a good trap and not my favourite. Now I think my favourite trap is definitely a WTS number 3 or Bridger number 3 offset laminate modified, like how professional trapping supplies sell them, like Dave and Tracy. They're modified, get a heavy base plate, decent jake rig and everything. I think those traps for me are like pretty much the ideal trap.
Yeah.
They're fairly cheap. I get them run over by molasses trucks, property owners. Closer to town you get the pig hunters, poachers, whatever you call them. That all get caught and they break your trap or they steal your trap, so I prefer to lose $50 instead of $85 for a jake or an MB.
Yeah.
I think they're all great traps, everybody's got their own preference, but yeah, for me, WTS number 3, but all offset laminate. We don't have to use rubber jaw up here.
Yeah.
So definitely a good offset laminate trap, yeah.
Yeah. And is that because you've had trouble with the rubber pulling out?
Yeah, especially up here, as you can see that way. A lot of sugar cane, so there's a lot of water everywhere. So them dogs will sort of, get the toes, get the feet wet. And a lot of times, if the pen tension's not right, which can be a struggle with a jake, you really got to, every time you got to tension that pen up real hard, at least 5 pounds, I think.
Yeah.
You get them little toe catches on the side and then the rubber just bulges and you lose your dog. So no rubber for me. I've lost dogs previous and it's more maintenance, and I think rubber jaws do definitely more damage to the paw because it restricts more and more blood flow too, because it molds around the shape of the paw sort of thing.
Yeah.
So live capture in America, they all use offset laminate, double laminate with offset, but no rubber jaws because it stuffs them up.
Yeah.
So
cool.
My personal opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've been through the areas that you've worked, so we don't have to go through that again. What's the scariest situation you've ever been in your whole life of trapping?
Oh, probably meeting you. That's pretty scary. But I think everybody will say that. But nah, the scariest thing, probably got, Oh, I don't know if it's scary. So you got a funniest question too, or not? That is only the scariest.
Probably we can put
Well,
them together,
probably
put
the
them together.
scariest one was I was working in a national park and I was putting a trap in the ground.
And,
And I got
to
the
be there.
I got the turn. Yeah, I was meant to be there because I had the job there, but I got the tendency to work in the traps with my hands because I do it fairly often.
Yeah.
So then I was working there, and my phone rings. So I pick up my phone and talking, and it was the lands protection manager, and she says, make sure when you're working in these areas, you know, if there's drugs or strangers approaching you, get out of there. Don't risk anything, you know. Nah, I'll be alright. You know, I got my gun right next to me, so I'm sitting there on my mat, gun there, and I said, yeah, no problem. So I hang up the phone. I'm like, oh, I'll be alright, but in your mind, that sort of, you know,
it's already starting.
it's sort of saying, what if, you know, what if somebody comes and suddenly you hear this biggest noise behind me coming over the hill. I'm like, what the heck's that? So I just looked around, but I stuck two fingers of each hand in the trap. So I was stuck to the ground with 2 fingers, and I look behind me, there's this big goanna got chased. But he didn't bother me, but the noise.
Was he
And I thought, like, I'd imagine that's a serial raper or something, you know, like, oh shit, I'm stuck here. So I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty flexible, so I got myself out, but it's not the scariest thing, but it was like, shit, what can happen here? But yeah, no, I never really, yeah, I've been surrounded by dogs, but I've never been attacked by a dog. I had, yeah, well, my little indicating dog, when she bails up a pig or something, it might get a bit hairy, but that's more like the hunting side of it. But trapping wise, I never had too many dramas, you know. But we all get bailed up, but I haven't had them latching onto my arm or something. I'm too skinny, so they don't eat me.
They just go around.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. What's your favourite? If you had to get rid of everything you've got and start trapping, what's your number one bit of gear?
Apart from the traps, obviously, or stuff or whatever, but apart from the guns to dispatch the animal, you know, like that's.
Yeah.
But I'm not a gunman, but you know that's what you need. But I think this buggy is like, I worked off utes. I got utes, like I've got a ute. I've got 2 motorbikes, quad bikes, a quad bike. But these machines, they'll get you everywhere. They're reliable, plenty of room, strong enough, 6-speed, 4-wheel drive, diff locks, and it's got its own roof, so you got a smoker room. Yeah, at least you're not in the sun the whole day. You know, up here we get same as you get down there, but you know, we get them summers up here. It gets 50 degrees. It gets fairly hot, so you get, you know, your shade there. Little dog can sit next to me. All your gears in there. So I think I haven't really thought about this question, but I think I wouldn't go without it anymore. Let's put it that way. So yeah.
You hear that, Shelley? I'd love to get one, mate. It's just, obviously one of those things that you get.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of money too, man. But hey, you gotta invest something.
Oh, for all the guys just wanting to start out, because we obviously get a lot of, you know, people asking questions and stuff. What would be your advice to someone looking at starting out, not as a business, but just for their own property, just as that first response, you know? What would be a bit of advice?
Think like a dog. You don't have to smell like a dog. I think you got to think like a dog. Big help would be, you know, an indicating dog or a working dog with you when you're looking for sign, because that dog, doesn't matter, you don't have to train it as long as it doesn't run away or chase wallabies or cattle or something. But if you just have your dog there to sort of show you the sign, and then you can sort of anticipate on what, you know, why is that dingo move the dingo, you know, why is moving over there, what am I going to do to catch it? Because it will show you the nighttime wind direction too, where the dogs are marking. So if your wild dogs are marking on that side of the track, you know the wind's coming from that way, majority of the time. So I think by looking at your own working dogs and thinking like a dog, I think your success rate goes up like 50% straight away.
Okay.
Don't overthink things, you know. Sometimes I'm the same. I try to think things through too much. You go and say, oh, where am I going to put this trap? Simplicity. Keep an eye out for your natives, you know. Like don't if you put your traps on like under a tree or against a tree, make sure there's no possum claw marks or koala marks in there. Obviously all that sort of stuff, but I think, yeah, work with a dog and think like a dog, and simplicity. Just simple. You can always progress into doing it all fancy. I went from starting off simple with Granddad, like, you know, nearly 40 years ago. I'm that old. Yeah. Now, like 35 years ago, I put my first trap in or something. See, so yeah, and that was real simple. But then I went through a stage. You know, when you go to the States, it's all high-tech double rub, step over, flick through, 45 degrees angle set and everything. Just rubbish. Yeah. Just keep it simple. Think like a dog. That dog's going to walk over there. He's going to urinate or shit on that rock or on that bush. Whatever he does, you picture that in your mind. He's going to walk over there. You look at your own working dog where it puts his paws. You put that trap there. You put a bit of lure there. 2 lures I use. Always say dog's got to move that little bit. Yep. And that's it. Just simple. Don't overthink it. My idea. Like, everybody's got his own points, obviously. Yeah. And that's probably the most interesting thing. Like, yeah.
So what's your opinion on bounties?
Double-sided. Hard question. I like them. Cause hey, well, cash for me. But I don't. 2 ways of thinking. I don't think the bounties will contribute to wiping out wild dogs and getting rid of the problem, because people just can't shoot and trap that many dogs for 50 minutes and scalp. So that way, I think, like, wishful thinking, but throw it away. What I do here is we get $28 in the Shire for a fox and a dog. So the bugger all foxes, but I teach young fellas on the farms, teach them the right way of trapping, how to put traps in. So, you know, mum and dad buy them 1 or 2 traps. They catch 1 dingo, 1 wild dog, and they go like, yes, that's awesome, it's a sport. So once they get 2 dogs, they can buy another trap. So I tell them from the start, I said, all the dogs you cash them in, you scalp them, you cash them in. For that money, you're going to buy trapping related gear. No iPhones, iPads, games or whatever, trapping related gear. So I think with that $28 or whatever it is, I think you learn them to work. They contribute to, you know, the native wildlife. They contribute to mum and dad's profit in the business because they're losing less cows. They learn, you know, respect for animals, because that's what I'm teaching them. You know, if you catch an animal, check your traps every morning before you go to the school bus or before you do school on air. Check them every morning. Shoot that animal with a 2 to 3 and kill it instantly. Don't go and nong it on the head or whatever. So you teach them a lot of work, and I think, you know, every kid needs a bit of work when they grow up. Yep. And it's exciting, it's fun. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you know, you put yabby pods in, or you put a net in, or you can't put nets in obviously, but you know, whatever you do, like there's an excitement factor. And I think that $28 or $30, I think that's a great stimulation for them young fellas to make money and get a bit of experience in life in general, sort of thing. But one thing about the bounties, it should be statewide, Australia-wide, statewide, $20, $30, $50, whatever, doesn't matter, but not like we're here in the Burdekin where I'm based, $28 here. You go 15 kilometres south with Sundays, no bounty. You go up to the range there, which is about, you know, 80 clicks. Charter Sales Council starts there, no bounty. You go up here a couple of clicks where you're heading with Sunday City Council, no bounty. So we're in the middle of what are we going to do as a little council. I like it. I make a few extra bob so I can, you know, buy a spotlight or buy something, you know, like, but I think, it doesn't help to reduce populations and numbers, but I think it's a good stimulation for kids to actually make a bit of money out of it and put that money back into trapping. So yeah, double-sided story. Yep. That's a good point. Yeah, that's what I know anyway. What I notice with these, you know, young fellas on the properties. Yeah.
And so, what's your opinion on baiting?
Excuse me, that was just my voice. Personally, I'm not a fan of baiting. And not because it wipes out natives or whatever. I'm not even going to get into that discussion. It's 1080 and it shouldn't wipe out any natives, and I don't think it will. I've seen dogs die of it, and I think it's cruel. But hey, dogs can be cruel to cattle too. So Personally, I like to see the results of what I'm doing. So if I trap a dog and the property owner seeing this black dog with a red patch on the side, see him kill calves, if you bite him, you don't know if he's gone or wherever he went, or you got him with a trap in you now, you get evidence, bang, there's that dog. So what we do as a business, we always give out a trapping report to the property owners so they all get the evidence. And what I noticed, especially the last couple of years since we've been doing that, a lot more people in the area and big properties too, like 3, 4, 500,000 acres, joint properties, they go to the trapping site because the results of the baiting are going down. One council over here, not far away, no mention of name, but they got less than 50% participation in the baiting program. It's not a coordinated effort anymore, nor is trapping, don't get me wrong, but yeah, baiting, if it's done right, like trapping can be done wrong too, and it doesn't work. If it's done right and you pick your pads, you pick your roads and you put them on the right side of the wind and good intersections, you definitely have results because it works. But just the aerial blanket baiting, throw them out and on that ridge there, I've got no time for that personally.
Yep.
Again, it's all personal opinions.
Exactly.
There's no research behind this.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. But I'm in the field nearly every day of the year, so this is what I see, this is what I find when I talk to people. So yeah.
And by the way, none of these questions are rehearsed.
No.
I can tell Jordy that we'll.
Yeah, no, that's
these questions are coming up.
no, that's true.
Righto. So
By the way, that's not my dog.
oh,
Oh no, I haven't caught it yet. It's not wild.
it's not a dingo.
No,
Not on this episode, anyway.
No.
All right. So can we have a look at your? Have you got your trapping gear on there?
Yeah, I have.
Can we have a bit of a look through your?
Yeah, well, that's my gun, all locked up safe.
Yep.
So you can't get to that.
Yep.
Number one, it's a big mess, but cameras.
Yep.
What I was going to show you is this little beauty. So that's my mastering harness. It basically sits on there. It's two-way NGPS, Rhino 650. And
Oh, it's a two-way as well.
yeah, it's a 5-watt two-way. So you can
Awesome.
tucky, brakey. Got a
Yeah.
copy there, George? George, copy? George? No, anyway, yeah, it's two-way. And it's got maps in it with all the property boundaries, lots of plan numbers. So
Wow.
I can't go poaching,
Yeah.
which is good because I hate poachers.
Yeah.
And this little beauty that can save me life. It's a little EPIRB, personal locator beacon, EPIRB, whatever. You're going to get a bit of noise coming here.
Is this the boys?
Oh no, that's Gav. That's alright. He looks like a pirate with a flag. He's a miner. But anyway, yeah, now safety first, because I do a lot of remote work. As soon as I go out of the, wherever I am, my swag or my quarters, I'll put it on.
Okay.
When I get back to the quarters, I take it off. Because you might, go and follow a drag line or whatever, where a dog's been caught in a trap. You might walk 20, 30 metres away from your buggy, get bitten by a massive brown snake or a taipan. You don't want to move. You just push that button and wait for the tuk-tuk-tuk from the helicopter. So, but anyway, yeah, that's one thing I wanted to show you. Apart from that, it's just big mess. Ask you for cold water.
Once again, this is unrehearsed. Jordy
Yeah, it's
didn't know we were going to
unrehearsed.
be doing this, so
No, that's right. Yeah, obviously traps, all WTS or bridge number 3s. Just got back from a job, that's why they're all dirty, and they've caught a few dogs. Box of goodies, there's steaks, like your normal steaks. Drags I make myself, just little anchors, they go under me trap so everything sits in the ground.
oh yeah, bury him under. Yep.
Yeah, mate, yeah. So anyway, safety, jack, tyre repair gear, everything's in there. So slings, if you want to drag a like go out of a bog or something, always got slings and chains.
Yep.
Yeah, with these drags, these are made. I'll do a demonstration. I hope you got a full battery.
Yeah.
So, mate, don't stand in that because
Move. Yeah.
it'll be alright. I won't set it off of it. I'll probably get my fingers caught now. So yeah, I just hold it like this, I can't go off. You see that? That's the same size
Oh,
as the drag.
Yeah, okay.
So what I do, I just dig that little hole. So it'll only be the hole this size,
Yeah.
but I'll dig it this deep.
Yeah.
I'll get the topsoil, put it apart, then put the bottom soil on a different pile, then I put that in, throw the bottom soil in first, and then everything sits in the ground, so I don't have chains running here, there, everywhere.
Yeah.
And these are fairly heavy, so you know, like in whatever sort of soil, they always leave a mark.
Yeah.
And as I always work with my little dog, you still find them.
Yeah.
So they won't go far, because a lot of the country, I just set this off. A lot of the country traps got a lot of lantana, bellyache bush, you know, rubber vine, a lot of vegetation basically, a lot of rubbish vegetation. So if you put this in like, for an example, like a creek crossing or whatever, those dogs will get caught up, you know, on top of the bank.
Yeah.
Straight away.
They even get hooked up in little bits of grass.
Oh yeah, like if you throw it, that's why I got the 3 meters of chain.
Yeah.
But I mean, imagine throwing that in this sort of rubbish, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like, woohoo. I'm only 25 kilos, but yeah. But you can imagine, like, yeah, looks up pretty good, so.
Yeah.
I just, because we got all the gear, I don't like to carry, like, you know, grader blades and everything. It's too much weight. Probably this box here probably weighs, you know, like 60 kilos with all the stakes and everything, right. So. But from that, all my chains, buckets full of chain.
And you were saying about you've got long lengths.
Yeah, so that's my long length chain. So it sounds like double Chinese.
long length.
Long length. Love your long length time. Long lengths and short lengths. See, difference is I cut them in short lengths, like a meter or half a meter, and these ones are generally they're like 2 meters.
Yeah.
Nearly. A bit longer, a bit shorter. This one, but 2 to 3 meters. So short, just for me to see. Oh, that's handy when you grab them instead of kind of, oh, I need a long one. There'll be rubbish everywhere because I'm a bit messy, but yeah. My pride and joy, my body bag. Now you can start smelling it, but this is my body bag.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So what I do, I designed this.
Yeah.
Watch out for the trap, Chris. That's all. One go off, it can break your ankle.
Again?
Yeah, again, yeah. I hate having dogs hanging off the side and blood and stuff, you know,
Yeah.
risk diseases, all that sort of stuff. So what I do, I just undo this one. Well, I just have it like this. It's a bit smelly because I just got back from a job, as you can see we had some results. But I get a wild dog out of the trap, I'll pick it up, and I open it up beforehand like this, get the dog out of the trap, and just slide it in.
Put it straight in, do it up.
Do it up, and see how it sits?
Yeah.
All the blood stays in there, so I get no contamination and blood dripping on the ground. And those dogs, I can't fit 5 dogs in there, because you know, you pull the strap down and just...
Yeah.
You don't have any blood here, because you can still work off the side. You know, like if you do it clean, you know, you're not flinging them around too much.
Yeah.
You know, it sort of keeps it clean. You got all your trapping gear in here. The last thing you want is just, you know, like blood everywhere over your gear. So, yeah, box of goodies. My lure box is like really organised, as you can see. Everything's labelled, but yeah, it's all homemade. It's all homemade lures. This is my newest invention. Don't worry, it doesn't stink. I've been trialling this, and I've actually caught a couple of bitches on this. It's you don't smell it. There's a bit of chicken. It's a bit of dry chicken and a bit of burnt, like real burnt through horse hoof, all ground up. It's a secret lure, don't I? Yeah. But I use this as a sprinkle lure. I've never heard about it, so
yeah.
I just try it. But what I do is I put my trap here and put a little bit of food lure in here, and I'll just go sprinkle it over the area. Dogs like that smell from that burnt horse hoof, and they want to have every bit. So they'll keep walking and walking and walking until they eat the last bit. So they eat it, yeah. And then they will get caught. So all that sort of stuff. I love playing with different lures. That's my sample. Don't worry, it's a
what's this?
Yeah, a lure sample.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, look, there's a wild dog we prepared earlier. I'm going to test this lure. Hang on, where is it? Oh, you look. Bang! In that trap. See, that's what a trap was. It works. Yeah, nah.
Exactly.
But yeah, see how.
Yeah, she'll circle that whole area.
Now we come back to that question that you asked. What's the,
Your best lure.
No, not the best lure. The tip I can give you. Now think like a dog and look at your dogs. Look what she's doing right now.
That's right.
That's exactly it. She might be your dog you take trapping or something, but every dog will do the same.
Yeah.
So just look at your dogs. But anyway, yeah, homemade lures. They're all homemade gland lures. I just keep urine separate. So that's domestic dog and bitch, or domestic bitch, and wild dog I just keep separate. That's all. I don't go into details about, you know, you gotta have young bitch, old bitch, middle-aged bitch, young dog, old dog.
Yeah. Just
Mix it up. That's my gland lure that I just, you know, cut up and just add it in there. Yeah, lure box. It's my good friend Nigel Putman made this. Stake puller. So you can actually push that over your stake, hook it under the nut, and then you can just twist it out. Yeah. And that's just like a mattock and a forked end. Forked end. It's a forked end. Yeah, it's real heavy. Feel that? Like it's, because I bent the first one, Nigel said, oh, I made it extra strong. 2 stakes later, it was 45 degrees, so he made it again and put a solid rod in there. So I only carried this on the last day. So I leave it in camp, and the last day I got to pull like 50, 60 traps out. I just go like a maniac, because I want to go hunting and cold beers. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I carried the last day. Yeah, my kit's just pretty simple. We'll do it in the sun, as you can see it, that's all. But yeah, just pick, hammer. I use baking paper. I have me traps to cover me traps. I don't use pen packers or anything else. That round sieve. That's my dirt hole maker. So I don't have a drill or something. I just use this, put a 45, and make a dirt hole. Fencing pliers. I always fix fences while I'm going. You know, bulls been fighting. I'll fix fence, drain the fence, and let the property owner know. You know, just give them a bit of a hand.
Absolutely.
I don't really use for trapping. I don't use any wire or whatever for trapping because it just bends and kinks and everything. So yeah, little spanners to adjust your pen tension, you know, that sort of stuff. Bolts and nuts. That's why I like using the same traps. Yeah. They all got, you know, one size bolt and nut, so you know, to adjust your pen tension, they get, you know, they get corroded and everything, and snap them. A couple of quick links. These shackles, and this Northern Trapping Special Edition manual dirt shifting device. It's as we always say, it's for sale. It's only $29, but wait, we got another special. You got free postage, and if you order 2, you get a 3rd one for free. So you know, like $60. Like it's like nothing for something like this. That's like, you know. Exactly. How do you come up with it? But yeah, no, it's handy. Like I say, I normally do the majority of my hands. But sometimes, you know, just to plaster a bit or something, move a bit of dirt, flick that away. I don't use. Yeah, some people get sticks and everything like that, and they use like
stepping guides.
No, they use like pliers or whatever to get the sticks off or whatever. I don't do that. I just go.
Just use that.
I don't know. Like I've seen people using like long nose pliers and temping sticks, but I don't. Personally, I don't use them. I just use my hands and, you know, a bit of this. So yeah, so basic kit. Bunnings pick, you know, like, can I make advertisement for Bunnings? Nah, I like cheap Bunnings pick. Everybody's got their own preference. I've tried, you know, long handle, short handle, bigger, smaller. Just I put that many traps in, and this is just, for me, it's ideal. Yep. So everybody's own personal preference. Yeah.
You don't use a ground sheet or anything?
I do, yeah. Hang on, I've got to grab that. I've got to show you that one. I put it on the ground because it's like the ground sheet to have. This is like what do you think about that?
Once again,
once again,
$60 on special.
no, this one's more.
120.
But wait, there's more. Now, I've done this to piss people off, basically. Just, oh, look what I got, because, you know, trapping companies will sell them with their logo, but I haven't seen any trappers put their business name on it.
Yeah.
So I do it, but another thing is, what I always like to do, I get the habit of putting that mat down, and I always get this logo facing towards the trap, and always up. So I always got the dirty side on the bottom, and yeah, that's just, when you trap a lot, as you know yourself, and when you do something a lot, doesn't matter if it's trapping, you get into a routine and you don't forget stuff. I just go into a routine and just put this down this way, put me back there, put my first bit of dirt there, my second bit of dirt there. When I set a trap, I put it on the right hand side of the hole. I just got that whole routine. That's what I do. So, but yeah, that's trapping mats mainly, only, not for the scent control, more that you know, don't spread any dirt around. Because when I set my trap will be right here. So I'm only transferring this dirt up to there. So I'm not transferring, you know, dirt up to there, and then I got to blend it all in. So for me, it's more like trying to keep the area, you know, pristine, same looking. So yeah. So beautiful. That's mine. Yeah. Even self-designed. See? Yeah. Man of many talents.
Hand drawn.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but I couldn't put it in a computer, so somebody else had to do it for me. But yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty much a few knives and guns and stuff, spare wheels. Spotlight, there's a box up there where I put my thermal monocular on, and then I got a screen inside, 7-inch screen inside. So I can just drive around, find animals in the dark and everything. So that's my friends from Burdick and Power Sports. Noisy. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's all right, you can be quiet. Got the audience here. Hang on, how's my hair looking? Now that's I had a buggy I was going to say. My friends from the Honda Burdick and Power Sports. It is not saying but it's a great business to do business with, because that stuff got to be reliable, and they get great service, and it's not them that are trying to say, try to find a dealer in your area that are reliable for this sort of stuff, because that's sort of work we do. The last thing you want to do is when you're got three hours from a big town or something, and you don't want to break down. And it will happen, but these fellas will really look after us with bikes and that sort of gear. So that's about pretty much it. But you're only missing my little scruffy trapping dog.
Little trapping dog. Yeah. Well, I didn't get some photos of her, but
no, that's all right.
Next time we'll get it. So.
Yeah, we'll edit it in the footage.
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, mate. Thank you very much for that.
That's right.
And once again, I appreciate it. And
thank you. Rassacoid handshake. That's good.
Up mount, I'm seeing him too.